Hello, it's 1st May.
It's our anniversary.
It's our anniversary, 14 years this year. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Fumbie.
Oh, Fumbie.
Yeah, we want this video. We want to share with you some of the highlights of our wedding. What stood out for us? What was nice about your wedding? What do you remember?
The nicest thing about our wedding was getting married to you. I especially like the part of the church. You know, people usually say that during the wedding, the bagole don't listen to what's happening because they are worried about many other things. I listened to everything. I listened to what the priest preached. I listened and I was fully present.
And it was, the church was full.
The church was full.
They gave offertory. And the
basket got full. They brought
to bring 2 more baskets.
No, 1 more.
There were 2
okay,
on one
all
end.
Together.
So yes, so there were 4 baskets.
Irony. Yeah. Anyway, the church was full because we come from large, loving families. In addition, Ron is the only son of his mother, so I think everyone was there to witness the wedding.
Anyway, so what stood out outside that? I remember something. I think one of the things was that it was our day. No, our marriage,
our marriage, their wedding.
Yeah, something like that.
From the beginning, we decided not to stress about how our day will flow. We decided that we wanted our loved ones to be part of it. So when people brought ideas, we incorporated them into our day.
I
remember.
Yeah, there's anyway, when we had planned our wedding, for us we said, I think our wedding should have like 100 people. And then among the plans was that we shall not change. We shall use 1 vehicle.
We were to borrow your mother's vehicle.
Yeah.
Because we were broke, so we wanted to get married, but we had just left school. Yeah. We didn't really have much money. I was in my first job. He was his first job. We were earning little, but we wanted to get married, and we wanted to get married in church. Yeah. So we sat down and made the minimum budget we could. And no changing clothes, no alcohol. Food was going to depend on whether the contributions come in. We were to plan a snack. No entourage. We are going to have the best man and the matron only, who would dress themselves up.
And the best man would drive.
And the best man would drive the car with the matron in front. Then for us, we sit behind.
Yeah. Anyway, so fast forward, we presented our plans to our parents and and our friends and our families.
Yeah.
And I remember someone, one now my brother-in-law currently, who's married to Lucy's sister, he said, people have to move in Mercedes-Benz. And we said, oh, we don't mind if you pay for it. And he said, I am going to pay for it. Just put the fuel. He
paid for the cars.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. O. And then the clothes. Remember your mother said, you can't, a Mogole who doesn't change, there has to be a changing dress. We said we can't afford it. She told me, go and look for the dress, I'll pay for it. I looked for my red color. She paid for it.
And then my dad said, how can you have a wedding without
alcohol?
I am going to pick the cost for beer. Just get me all the bill for beer, me I'll pay for it. And I remember my cousin Evans. When we were getting the tents, he counted off the money and said, this is enough for fuel. Now the rest, I'm giving it back to you for wedding.
So we got the tents. We chose a cheaper venue. We chose an outdoor venue at a church, St. Charles Ranga.
St. Charles Ranga,
Gaba. By then, I think it was costing 800,000. Yeah, I don't know what it costs now. But we chose outdoor because you could work with it. When your number increases, you increase the seats and all that. And although it rained in the morning, it didn't rain in the evening, so we thank God for that.
And indeed, the number increased.
The number increased. We hosted over 800 guests, Ronnie.
1,000.
Probably because we got 800 chairs, and at a certain time we saw that some of our guests were standing. And then these other courses like MC, we didn't have course for MC. We chose our friends to speak. And then one of our friends, we chose 2 friends to speak. Then one whom we chose had a brother who's good at speaking. Now he's a honorable. He came and spoke like he was overpaid. He made the event colorful.
And I remember my brothers bringing the Congolese guys, the Congolese band.
You guys, we get to the venue. Ronnie's brother, one of them works in music, so he had to provide the music. When we get out of the cars at the venue, we see a band. I asked Ronnie, who brought the band? He says, I don't know.
Some Congolese guys, they were good. They played music.
So we had a live band, which we didn't know about, at the venue, and they entertained us so well. And then your brother still brought someone who composed the song. Ronnie, remember someone composed the song and it even had our names?
It was a hit.
And it was so nice. We should look for that guy. He sang for us free of charge.
He was an upcoming musician.
I wonder whether he's still upcoming.
No, he left
he
the country.
Gave up.
He left the country.
Anyway, we have, for your information, we have a song made specially for Ronnie and I with our names, Ronald Kaziwe and Lucy Peace Nantume, for our wedding, celebrate our day. So many things happened when people would be, they'll be, who did that? Another thing, Ronnie, remember our cake when we saw the band, when we arrived at the venue, we also saw the cake rotating. Do you remember? Your sister Stella paid.
Yeah, she said, I don't want the cake to be in one place. I want the cake to be moving about. So she brought, I think at that time those things had just started. Those things had just started coming. Cake. And then they just started, it was something different. But it was nice. Yeah.
Oh. I think from our pockets, Ronnie, how much did we spend?
Maybe
approximately
about 5 million.
About 5 million.
About 5.
The rest of it was goodwill from our friends and relatives. And we want to use this opportunity on our anniversary to thank you all who were there on our first day as we started our marriage, and for the support you gave us. Our friends had just started working, but you could see everyone was contributing generously. Most of the things you saw,
the choir
we were members of the St. Augustine choir. They sang for us so beautifully.
I remember someone singing Butterfly Kisses.
For us.
Butterfly Kisses.
Oh my. We started our journey in such, it was a miraculous wedding. When you looked at it, you would say, but we really didn't put in much. We just made the decision to get married, and we said we want to start it off well before God in the church, and God helped us to make the rest of it work. So don't fear to get married. We don't know how your situation is, but make a decision, trust in God, have your support system on board, and enjoy your life. So today we are 14 years in marriage, 18 years since you asked me to be your girlfriend. I have the records. And 21 years since we first set eyes on each other in our first year at the university. And tell me happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Give me a hug.
Happy anniversary. Okay, so catch you. Let's go to celebrate our anniversary.
Yay!